Yeah, you're on a school night, aren't you?
Yep.
School night for you.
Actually, that's funny you should mention that we're on a school night because one of the contractors I was working with was like, fucking Jameson and Coke, what the fuck, on a school night?
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't think that was out of the ordinary, but all right. Because I'm obviously not really going to school, but I thought it was pretty funny.
I will get a beer. No, school night's the only way to describe it. You like learn that.
And he's like, oh, what did you have for dinner? Steak. Oh, fucking steak. Fucking, you're living the fucking high life, mate.
Yeah. You can just buy shit steak and it's not that expensive.
Yeah, true.
Like, can get a $10 like pre-made pizza. God, I said like too many times already. That's it. I'm going to kill myself and we can restart the podcast.
Sounds great.
Like, no, so you can get a pre-made pizza for like $10 and you're like, oh yeah, that's a good deal. But you wouldn't spend $10 on a steak, which is like so much better for you.
Infinitely tastier too.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, no, pizza's pretty good.
Pizza is pretty good.
A good steak's pretty fucking good.
All right, hold that fucking thought. I am going to get a beer. Important question. How far out do you have to swim in the ocean before it's socially acceptable to take a shit?
As far as the nearest boat, which can be pretty far in some cases.
Yeah. You've like got to be pushed overboard and then you can take a shit.
Then you can assert your dominance. If
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
To the boat, like,
just
I came all this way.
launch a
Shit,
torpedo,
so that I don't. It doesn't look bad.
fire it at them,
If I do it,
float on your back, just
yeah.
arming the tubes. Send it out. Yeah, ink like a squid. Yeah, but like you can't, like 30 meters doesn't seem like much.
No,
for that.
you don't want it
You can
floating
still
down
like
and you're
if you
like,
can
oh,
still
shoot.
if you can still recognize someone on the beach, you're too close. If you can like make eye contact with someone while you're doing it, too close.
Imagine if you go out far enough and then you have like some Olympic swimmer just go past you. Oh,
Yeah, I'm out here to do bad things. Don't come out here.
like you need to take an extra lap, mate. Like
Yeah.
a long round loop around.
Because the ocean, yeah, you can take a piss wherever you want in the ocean. You can just like,
Yeah,
as
no
long
one
as you can
gives a
get
shit.
probably dick below water, non-discriminatory genitals below water.
Yeah.
So you're not just like streaming it in there. And then you can be like, I don't know, it's a big ocean. That wasn't me.
I mean, as long
Somebody
as your
else
pants are
swims
wet,
through it,
I
like,
reckon.
ew, why is
like,
this
no
bit
one's
warm?
going to notice, really.
Yeah.
As long as your pants are wet.
Yeah.
If you're fucking pissing your pants
Just
before you
piss
even get in the
yourself.
ocean, what are you
Is
doing
it
with your
socially
life?
acceptable
Just
to
go
just
back to the toilet.
stand
it's
on
up
the
the
beach
block or
and
something.
piss yourself? Well, the pants are wet. Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
It's the age old, is it undies or is it Speedos? Speedos or undies. And then like
yeah.
if you can see the ocean,
That's a classic ad
Speedos.
for Australia anyway.
Yeah. How good. And eventually
Undies,
it's undies.
Speedos, undies. It's basically once you are off the beach.
Yeah.
It's fucking, yep, that's undies, mate. You need to cover up. Scaring everyone, mate.
Remember the bar at the surf club? Wearing enclosed shoes was not the line where they drew for clothing requirements. Quite often you just saw the old boys after the old boys swim on like 11 on a Sunday, just like the fat 80-year-old men drinking a VB out the stubby on the bar. There's the outdoor side of the bar, to be fair. They put pants on if they went inside, but you can just access the outside bit from the boardwalk.
Oh, yeah.
Just like in the tightest budgie smugglers, having a pint at like 11:31 a.m. 11 a.m. swim, finish it, takes about half an hour because they'll do 2 laps. Come back in, just like straight onto the bar, have
Just
a beer.
working hard.
Yeah, man.
Working hard.
That's the life. So many people die of heart attacks doing that old boy swim. It happens a bunch.
Because I just don't give up.
Yeah, they're stubborn, they don't give up, and they just suffer heart
I've done this
failure.
all my fucking life, man. I can
Yeah,
do
I'm
this.
not fucking,
Fucking
I'll
guys.
die out here. And then sometimes they do. Yeah.
Probably not even painful. Probably just fucking really chill. Like, I'm not even having a heart attack, mate. Because they've done
not
it
that
so
bad.
often. It's like, but your body's like, nah, mate, we're shutting down today. You've put us through enough.
Yeah, Jesus.
Also, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
Numero 6.
You are, yeah.
Even though
6
that's
is a lot.
Yeah.
6 is a lot.
What's the stat you told me the other week? You got to get, if you get past 5, you're doing well. And if you get past.
Yeah,
I
most
think it's
podcasts
20
don't
or
make it.
21.
Yeah, you're in like
You're
the top
in
1%
top
of podcasts.
0.1% or something like that.
Top 1%. I think
Yeah.
that's the stat.
I think we're in the top 10% at the moment.
Yeah, dude, how easy.
We're legendary.
We just
Yep, and this is where it goes downhill.
yeah, give up immediately. Yeah, not to suck our own dicks here, but we're pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
One day I'll stop going into the mic. One day.
And big pops as well.
Yep.
Don't worry, it's plenty of time to make fun of ourselves.
Audio abuse to the general public. Yeah, what making fun of ourselves is the best part.
Yep.
I got really into writing lists the other day. Sorry, I got really into deleting lists the other day. And
okay.
just like on my notes app on my phone, I had 1 million thoughts all down. And
All just scrambled.
yeah, so I wrote some of it out.
Like, yeah, this makes no sense. Why did I write this out?
I scrolled through it, yeah, and I found anything that seemed important and wrote it down properly by hand and then deleted the notes. So now my notes app isn't just this infinite scroll of fucking crackhead bullshit and just like hear an idea on a podcast and go, oh, that's really good. I should write that down. That's really profound. And then I like do it shorthand. So when I come back to it 2 months later, I'm like, what the fuck is that? No, it's gone. Lost to the void.
Good. You probably improved everything. You just have to carry on with it now.
Yeah, fuck.
Was it stuff you just outright deleted and never wrote down? Like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, a little bit. Or stuff that's just like not as important as I thought it was initially.
Yeah.
Had a pretty fucking exciting motorcycle ride during the week.
Oh, yeah.
I took Redacted out for his first time off-road, and I was like, oh, we'll just go up the hills. We'll just find some gravel roads. We'll get you onto gravel.
Is this his new bike? Like,
yeah.
The one he lost?
Yeah. This is the second iteration of that. Yeah. Well, look, a perfectly capable machine.
So a good test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant to be a good test. It was just meant to be like easy peasy sweeping gravel road sort of thing. Get him used to what low traction feels like. Get him used to stopping and taking off and turning. And they call it like baby heads or something.
Oh, okay.
They have like special words for this like size of rock that's, maybe I'm getting it wrong. But anyway, they have like, it's special, like it's dangerous, hard off-roading. In Australia, we call that the ground. It's just the whole country is sand and gravel. It's fucking really ridiculous.
The conditions we're just like, that's Australia.
That's how you get from place to place.
We're just used to it.
Yeah, fucking hell. He's taking his new bike out. I've just got a new bike too, so I'm taking mine off-road for the first time just to see how it... Because for once, I just want to take something out and like work out what I like and what I don't like and what I want to change before I just start spending money on modifying it.
Oh, yeah.
So I actually know what I need to change rather than just changing stuff preemptively and then not knowing if that's better or not. So I've taken them out, done some sweeping gravel roads, and then all of a sudden there's a sign. It's like access by permit only, dieback disease prevention area.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like,
typical.
And there's no other ways other than there's no other ways to go other than the Mundaring Power Lines track, which
is a little rough.
I'm glad knew nothing about it, because otherwise he never would have listened to me when I'm like, nah, we'll just do a little bit. Like, you see that section? You can, as far as the eye can see, that looks manageable. It's pretty easy. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. We'll have a go.
Is that what he said?
No, this is me talking to him. I psyched him up.
It's going to be all
Talked him
good.
straight into it. I think I called him by his name a second ago too when I tried not to do it in the first place. Oh, well, we'll cut that. Don't cut me talking about how I called him by his name, because that's kind of funny that I keep fucking that up. And I'm like, ooh,
you are a fuck up.
Gotta keep it. Yeah.
That's all right.
Dude, friends. Lick my taint. What the fuck are you talking about? No, so I was just like, easy,
great,
easy peasy,
all
easy.
Good.
It'll be good fun. Should be right. I'm officially now removed from my privileges of she'll be writing. That's something.
At least in his books.
That's something he said to me on the side of this fucking climb. So the clutch cable on my bike was fucked. It was binding. Yeah. So like the cable binds in the sheath. So I wasn't getting accurate response for the bite point. So I would just like, it wouldn't move or it would like jump into engagement and then spin the wheel. So I didn't have control over traction. And then it would just stall at inopportune moments. And I managed to not tip the bike over or not fall over myself, but poor again, sorry, redacted.
Poor McNugget.
Let's call him McNugget for the sake of the story. Poor McNugget was still moving behind me and there was no good spot to stop. So he'd just like topple over and fucking scratch up his nice bike. That happened twice. The second time, first time he was upset. The second time he
was crying.
He got hit in the nuts. I won't lie to you, it wasn't good. Poor McNugget got
got his McNuggets hit.
McNugget got his McNuggets hit in a real bad way. Yeah, because he didn't break a leg or anything, but the bike like kicked up underneath him and just like drove his
groin
gentlemanly nuggets. Gentlemanly
his
nuggets straight back
into his McNugget torso,
straight
body.
back up into his taint. Just like absolutely annihilated it. Drove his gentlemanly McNuggets straight back up into his taint. And so he was just like, while I'm trying to work out how I'm going to get my bike, which won't drive up the hill unless I'm just like let the wheels spin and just try and bounce it up over some rocks and shit. Like it was not good, not a great situation. I'm struggling against a bike that doesn't want to go up the hill. McNugget is sitting, just like quietly sitting somberly on a rock, just like trying not to throw up in his helmet because he's been
crying on the inside,
hitting the nuts that bad.
Suffering.
You know when you just got to like take a fucking 10 minutes to breathe? Yeah, one of those.
Go up into a bowl and be like, yeah, just.
I was like, you good, bro?
Leave
And he's
me
like,
alone
no.
for a second.
I'm like, are you injured? He's like, I got hit in the nuts. I'm like, you will live. I'm going to deal with this.
It's all good, dude.
At one point, I got like halfway up this section because the critical mistake was stopping. Like, it wasn't really a choice to stop, but we got like stopped halfway and then it's really hard to take off and there was no easy line. We should have gone a different way up this particular section. Yeah, just trying to restart was a real challenge. And I was like, I'd got halfway up after like 10 minutes. I was really struggling because the bike would just stall. It wouldn't grip because the tires are on the wear bars and hard. Like the rubber had gone hard from age. So it was like, it wouldn't grip to anything other than like perfectly exposed dry rock. Quite a challenge. I'm about halfway getting that up the hill and I goes over the intercom. McNugget goes over the fucking hell. McNugget goes over.
Fuck, shit, fuck.
McNugget goes over the
keep
intercom.
calling names.
I don't know about you, man, but I'm actually kind of scared. And like, I didn't bite his head off at the time, but the only thing that I could think in my head was, shut the fuck up. We can have emotions later. Cry about it. I'll hug you.
Focus now.
Right now, we need to get these two motorcycles up this fucking hill. Which I did. It's good because McNugget was still just dissociated with pain. So by the time I got mine up, I just walked back down and then I took his bike up as well. His didn't have elderly tires. He had fresh tires and a lower horsepower motorcycle. So I actually found it really fucking easy to get his up. I only stalled it once right at the start and then just sort of drove up easy peasy. Yeah, I'll never talk shit about the Scram 411 again. It's a great little bike.
Fair enough.
I talked a lot of shit about it in the past. No, I won't because it just did the job. Yeah.
Did what it needed to do.
Exactly. The gear lever on bike had like bent around underneath the block.
There we go again. Another name.
Fuck.
It's McNugget.
McNugget. I'm tired and a little tipsy now, so.
Nice. Let's go.
Suck my dick.
No.
So McNugget had his gear lever bent underneath his bike. So his bike was stuck in first. So we got it up the hill. While we were getting it up the hill, some lady in a Jimny drove past. And
while
just
you were getting him up, yeah,
waved.
It needed to be made.
Fight me, dude. The fuck are you interrupting my
You're
story?
making all the gay jokes, mate. I'm just saying. You want to suck his
Are you
dick?
projecting? Are you projecting? So this lady in this chimney drives past, sort of like waves out the window, and we wave back as we're having like the most stressful and intense afternoon because we've bitten off more than we can chew with this 4-wheel drive track.
Yep.
And she takes mercy on our souls, stops at the top, and just sort of like stands there. And I eventually get my bike up, and she's like, "Oh, do you guys need help?" And I'm like, "Do you have tools?" We didn't pack tools. Do you have tools? We need to repair a motorcycle in a minute.
Please.
She was like, "Should I go down to it?" I'm like, No, we'll bring it up the hill. We'll get the bike up. So I stumble back down this slippery gravel hill, grab bike. McNuggets, fuck!
Yeah, I did.
Grab
There's so many bleeps, man.
grab McNuggets' bike.
So you grab McNuggets' bike.
Yes. I rode up the hill because he got hit in the nuts so hard he was crying a little bit, which, fair. You know that like hitting the nuts where you just got to like sit down and take a breather for like 15 minutes?
Yep.
Just like trying not to throw up the whole time? Yeah, there was one of those. And I'm like,
past it.
I'm not even going to try and force the point of like, no, you've got to get it up the hill now. Like, no, I'm like, "Hey, just pass it, dude." So
Probably not the best time to treat someone like a child when they're fucking dealing with some shit.
His bike wasn't a complete basket case, so that was actually pretty easy to get up, which is nice. It makes me realize how dumb I was to take my bike out in the condition that it was in.
Hey, you
So get it at the top. This lady's like, I have tools. We're like, the fucking sick. McNugget reports that he was actually feeling a little like so in pain he was dissociated, but the sight of a pretty lady, which again, what are the chances that we run into a pretty lady on a hillside? It's normally
forward driving.
Yeah.
Of all things. Yeah.
It's normally fat middle-aged men. And he's like, yeah, fine. We need help. But it brought McNugget back from the dead. He was like a person again. And then once we'd fixed it, like bent the gear lever back in, and then she'd carried on. Yeah, he was like, I need to sit down for 5 minutes. He was straight back to being dead. It was like, I put on the show. I acted like a human in front of the nice lady. Now I need 5 minutes to
now
just
I still need time to recover.
Let my soul return to my body after being nut-shotted by a 200-kilo motorcycle. Yeah, that was an adventure.
Yeah, that is an adventure.
I've lost my...
Go down a random track because it's like you can't go down the dieback one and get fucked.
Yeah, well, it's
and then get saved too.
It's not like
thankfully.
It's not like it's a random track. It's the power lines track.
Yeah, okay.
It's specific.
You knew where you were going.
Yeah. Oh, I knew it came out at the other end. I'd never done it before. I was just like, nah, I should be right. I've lost my should be right privileges apparently because it very much wasn't all right for a bit there.
I'm sure you can convince him again. Like,
yeah, no, I'll talk
mate.
him into yeah.
When it fucks up, it's all good. You know,
his girlfriend does not like me.
Okay.
I'm sure. It's his nice new bike, and it comes home scratched up, broken lever, bent gear lever. Like she was like, "You just got this.
Why has she got to complain about it?
I don't know. I'm a bad influence. A bad influence on the boys.
Yeah, okay, but he trusted you.
I talked them into breaking that. Yeah, and it fucking look how it turned out for him. Beating the fuck up motorcycle.
Huge influence.
Yeah, it just adds authenticity to the Scram 411.
Adds some character to it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. That's what you want.
Shows that he's been outdoors on it.
Yeah.
2 outdoors.
Like if he didn't want to fucking use it.
Yeah, he should have bought a road bike then.
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't want to be peer pressured into doing
fucking sit inside all day,
actually kind of technical 4-wheel drive tracks on his first time out.
Just send it.
Spent like 5 minutes going, all right, now on gravel, you steer from your ankles and you shift the weight to go left or right. You're not trying to turn because if you turn, you'll slip the front out and fucking tumble and break your everything. So we went from the most basic off-road riding to just like, all right, just keep it pinned, dude. Don't lose momentum. Fucking don't stop to think. Just keep going. And then I stalled it in front of him, and that caused him to bingle it. So definitely
was he
on
right
me.
behind you, was he?
Yeah, not right behind, but following close enough.
Yeah.
Oh, close enough so that he could like follow the exact line that I did, the exact line that I picked. Because I have a bit of off-roading experience, but not far enough back that when I stalled it and fell over, stalled it and almost fell over, he didn't have time to come to a controlled stop.
Speaking of being stranded, I got told a story actually recently about how...
Did you?
I did. It might stun you. But this might become a future topic for later regarding like funny stories and shit you hear.
Yeah.
I did have a story that someone told me. They're in the Northern Territory and they rocked up to this, I don't know, it was a remote area, and this woman who was guiding these tourists around, card broke down. Now this guy is a diesel mechanic, or by trade, he's a diesel mechanic. So he knew what was wrong with it, like pretty much from the get-go, like, oh, you need a jump start. And she was like, no, it'll be fine. I think I can solve it myself. I've already tried this and that. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going with my mates down this gorge or whatever else, just doing my own thing. And if you're still not got your car going when I come back, like, I'm happy to help you out. And 3 hours later, still weren't going. These tourists still waiting on the side of the road, pretty angry that this car hadn't started, and she'd called people from Darwin, which was like 3 hours away, to come down and jumpstart the car, just to jumpstart a car.
My goodness.
Because she didn't know how to and didn't know what she was doing wrong. She came over later and was like, all right, I need your help. He was like, all right, we'll just finish up having lunch and I'll help you out. About half an hour later, jumpstarts the car, works automatically. So he had offered her help. She hadn't accepted it. And now the tourists saw all this shit and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, We could have been on the road 3 hours ago, 3.5
Some
hours
people,
ago.
man.
That's just stupid. Don't get me
Some
wrong, like, I
people.
get it, right? You want to solve it yourself, but you didn't know what you were doing. Like, if you didn't know what you're doing, and someone's offered help, why not just accept it?
Yeah.
So that was pretty stupid.
Yeah, that's funny.
He just knew it straight away. And what did she try? Like rolling the car and then starting it so that it's already moving and it's charged the battery. Yeah, she didn't even turn the key to make sure that it was running so that it would, be charged and then it would keep actually running. Yeah. She didn't know what she was doing.
Yeah. My goodness.
So yeah, some people maybe just accept help, kind of like what you had to do with your bikes.
Yeah.
I just thought it related. I was like, that's funny because I heard a similar story. But he had all the knowledge because he is a trade in that. So, and obviously he didn't outright say that, but he already offered help because he was like, oh, do you need a jump start? And she was like, no, I think I can solve it myself. Like acting like I know it all. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But he fucking already knew, they're not going to get it fucking done. Yep.
I'm at the level of mechanical skill that, like, I'm wary of accepting people's offer for help because I might know more than them, but the stuff that I don't know is pretty critical. So, like, if somebody does actually know more than me, I definitely want their help, but I don't need, like, 58 middle-aged white-collar dads standing around trying to help me jumpstart. I'm like, no, I know,
giving you
I know
random
these
solutions that might not work.
Yeah, I know the easy stuff, guys. Would you please shut up?
I've tried that. You've asked that 8 times.
It's the nightmare. I riding home from work one day, a couple of years ago now, there was a Land Rover Defender on the side, parked on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I've gone, oh, they look, and it's just like an entire family, like 3 generations of a family standing at the front of it. I'm like, oh, they might just need a jump. So I rode home, then I got my tools and I drove back out, pulled up alongside, and I was like, oh, do you guys need like a jump start or something? Do you need help? And he's like, no, mate, no worries. And I'm like, all right, what's wrong with it? And he's like, it's the clutch. I'm like, oh, good luck. I'm not doing a roadside clutch, man.
Yeah, I'm not RAC, see ya.
Yeah, I'm not a tow truck. Sorry.
Yeah.
But just like
I'm not a tow truck.
So that was the
Scam
dad. It was like the Silver Fox age dad whose like son my age had bought this thing on auction, like ex-military Land Rover.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, it's a bit of a basket case, but he got it anyway, and now we're stranded here until the RAC arrives, just
Fuck
like
him.
talking shit about his son in front of him and the family to me, the stranger who's like offered to jumpstart it. Just like, that fucking dumb
Basically,
kid.
you're automatically better because you came up like just to see if you could help them. And
yeah, for sure. Like
yep,
showed mechanical
my son,
competence.
piece of shit.
Not buying something with a clutch that doesn't engage and drive. Just slips.
What a dumbass.
It's a nightmare. It's pretty funny. Instead of staying like mother and sister and everyone just hanging out. It was a cold night.
What's the chances though that
rained
like, someone
earlier.
pulls up alongside you and like, yeah, I have a spare clutch, you can use it. It's
Low.
not even possible.
Low.
Yeah, super low. Probably 1 in a trillion or something.
Wipe the
Like,
shit
I
off
work
that
for
number
RAC,
you just
bro.
pulled out your ass. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
Mate, it's random. It's an RAC car, mate. It's 1 in a billion.
No one just carries clutches.
That's right. That's why it's
Yeah.
probably 1 in a trillion. There's not even a trillion people. Of course it would be. Anyway, stupid joke. Made by stupid people.
I'm going to blame you for that burp.
Why?
I'm going to say you're a fat
You're the
pig.
one drinking fucking fizzy drink, mate.
Yeah, mate. Fizzy pop.
Fizzy pop.
Soda.
Soda.
It's actually a delicious beer. So,
Oh, yeah.
once again,
Fake.
don't make me... I'll come over there.
Want to start a fight over it?
Oh. Getting too old
All
for
right,
this shit.
instead of
I'm getting too old for this shit.
what's better, beer or whiskey?
Yes.
I said your name. Now I got to fucking redact that. Fuck, that's my.
Why'd you dox me? Beer or whiskey? Both are good. They're for different occasions.
Yeah, okay.
They're different.
I'm inclined to agree.
Yes. Except you don't
I
drink
could
beer.
fight my
You heathen.
I've drunken it though.
Drunken in it.
Drunken in it.
How many of you drunken? You fucking
Not many.
2-stroke motor sounding motherfucker.
Not many.
What? Were you there when we did that hot wing
Yep.
eating competition? Yeah.
And you ate like.
I fucking won that
3 or
by a
4
wide
that-
margin. Yeah.
You didn't need to though.
Oh yeah, but I
There was no
wanted
necessity.
to drive the point home. Wanted to
Me
extend
and
my lead.
McNugget had all 4 of the wings. I know you made a bunch of different. Did you make a bunch of different sauces?
Yeah, I
I'm
made a
pretty sure
bunch
you
of
did,
different
and
sauces.
we only tried 4 different ones, which was fair enough. But like the second one was pretty hot, and then after that, you didn't even really fucking taste them. But I
Couldn't
remember
even
like the
tell,
morning,
it just hurt.
the morning after, you were like, "Yeah, that was not fun. That shit.
Yeah, it was rough.
That was spicy."
It hurt a lot deep to my soul.
I think it
But it was
spiced up
worth
my soul.
Worth it. I get bragging rights. Not that I brag about it that much. I should brag about it more.
Yeah, you should.
Chili is a fun drug. Let's
Yeah.
face it. It's
fun to play around with.
good.
And then
Once
suffer afterwards.
you're like over
kinda
that
like
threshold.
alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. You get a buzz out of it.
You fuck around
You've
with
just
it.
got to cross the threshold to
What did you
buzz.
say? Crush
buzz.
the threshold. Crush it, mate.
Crush it.
Crush the threshold.
Crush the threshold. That's what I said. Crush the threshold.
Threshold, mate.
Once you cross the threshold of like it hurts, you're done. You're in. You can take more pain. Once you stop
true.
going, I am here to eat this and
You
taste
become
this.
numb to it.
Yeah,
or
you
number
numb
to
yourself
it,
a bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Crush the threshold.
It's like when you're doing that fucking hot shit, like, fuck, I'm suffering, but at
Yeah.
the end of your life, I've survived. You know, you've kind of ascended a level, you know?
Once you
You
like,
leveled up.
once you give up on being able to relieve the pain, once you're like, because if you just have something that's a little bit spicy, you can have some milk. Fucking, there's ways you can mitigate that. Once you're like, you've overloaded the capsaicin receptors so much that you're just going to hurt for the next hour anyway. No matter what you do, you may as well cram more in. Then you're free.
Until, well, you say that, you can cram
There's
more
just
in,
the
but
gut
when it comes out the other end, you'll be like, oh, shit. You're like, oh, yeah, it doesn't taste so bad anymore because I've fucking burnt out all other receptors.
Yeah.
But I go to the toilet,
You've got whole new receptors to come.
Yeah, there's the back receptors.
Yeah, but by that point, you've already won the comp. You've already defeated the boys in wing eating.
Yeah, true. It's just the aftermath. That's the payment, is the aftermath.
A worthy price.
Yep.
Balanced as all things should be.
It's all about balance.
Yeah. Except when it's not.
Except when it's chili.
Send it.
Just go hard.
Send it on the chili front.
Just send it. Maximum chili, maximum alcohol, maximum caffeine. Just fucking fire up.
Drugs for
Get
the win, dude. Drugs are fun.
We're not recommending illegal substances.
No, but the legal ones for sure. Go ham.
Yeah, that's all right. Go ham. They're legal.
Can you die from chili?
I don't know.
Hold that thought.
I don't reckon you could die. I reckon you could fucking damage
I reckon
yourself,
you can
though.
wish you
I
were
reckon you
dead.
damage your intestines and shit from it.
Oh, for sure. But you can do that eating just corn chips. So
Yeah. But I think, let's say you go
lots
super
of stuff
hot.
isn't good for you.
If you go super hot, I think it can damage the lining of some of it, like your stomach and shit. I don't know for sure. I don't got no fucking links. That's just my assumption based off world knowledge.
Here's the quote from Google. Just because someone competes in a jalapeno eating contest and then dies doesn't mean it's related. That's the quote. In fact, the average person would have to eat enough capsicum equal to approximately 30 pounds of jalapenos in one sitting to get a lethal dose. So what, like upwards of 10 kilos? Oh my God.
Yeah, like 15 kilos or something.
Although
a pound.
you may feel like dying, it won't kill you.
Oh, the ultimate torture. Ha! Chili.
Oh no. Quora.com. Can you die from eating extremely hot chili / peppers? Or the few fatalities recorded due to allergies or other abnormalities. Capsaicin. Sorry, John Burgess.
Decapitation?
John Burgess, elderly man in online forums, answers, capsaicin linked. The active ingredient in chili peppers can theoretically kill one. Cited. Most peppers only have small quantities of capsaicin, so do not represent a lethal threat. The new super hot chilies may be problematic, but most people react to the heat before it gets to dangerous levels. Eating the super hots on a bet, dare, or after drinking, however, can diminish one's ability to be reasonable about it. For sure, dude. Don't be a fucking pussy. So far, there is only one recorded death
Endure.
that has been caused by a super hot. The man died of heart failure, but whether or not that was due to the chili was not reported. Oh, fuck off. Then it wasn't due to the chili.
Yeah, that's not
Correlation
confirmed.
doesn't
That's
imply
not...
causation.
Hey, it's Quora. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Speaking of overdosing on shit, fucking one of my workmates also has way too much coffee during his fucking non-working time at work.
Yeah.
And he gets fired up to the point where he wears himself out. Like
Lol.
he just gets hyper, like
Hell
as
yeah,
you
dude.
kind of expect.
Everyone
like,
loves
'cause your heart rate
drugs.
goes up and all that other shit. But yeah, it's amusing, but also it's like, where do you transfer that to actually working?
Yeah. How can you make
Instead
so
of just
much noise
talking
and do nothing?
rapidly?
Yeah.
Everything just speeds up with it. Start saying more sayings more and more often. It's just like, what is going on?
Never forget caffeine is a drug.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't abuse it.
Or do. Don't
But
be a
also
pussy.
do for entertainment of others.
Yeah, do.
It is kind of amusing.
I'm excited for the idea of the long camping trip because it'll just be, were you on the trip when we went down Albany Way and we got all called out that first, that's a story for another time, the story of that whole first day, but we ended up just making rice in a cup and having
Does
rice
sound
and hot
familiar.
sauce for dinner. Yeah, the day that we spent like 11 hours on the road.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just had rice and hot sauce for dinner.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that
we're in
hurt.
a non-campsite. That was pretty cool.
Allegedly.
On a beach somewhere in Australia.
It was like,
Legally.
picnic area, do not camp. And we're like, yeah, we're not camping. We're just staying here for a late dinner.
We're just sitting.
Yeah, the tent
We
has
didn't
nothing
sleep.
to do with it. Yeah.
Not camping. We're just here chilling.
Had our fingers crossed the whole time. Therefore, it's not camping. The boys' socks stayed on.
Yeah, I do
It's not
remember
camping if your socks stay on.
It's not camping if you're with the homies. At least in this campsite. Yeah, so what about it?
That was it. Like, we ate hot sauce and rice. That was
I don't even think we ate hot sauce. I just remember eating rice.
I had hot sauce on my rice.
Yeah, okay.
Too much.
Nice.
It hurt my mouth and
You
feelings.
just don't know how to tolerate it, do you?
No,
When it comes to chili.
I don't care.
You're just like,
I'll power
hot?
through
Yeah,
it.
cool. Why is it so hot? Why am I suffering?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah, I also like to touch stoves too. Like, ow, what? Do that.
Why does my hand hurt?
Lol.
Shouldn't. I'm fucking immune to this shit.
Yeah, man. I'll
This
just
is
power through
bullshit.
it.
The world shouldn't be against me.
I'm just tough. I'm just tough, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
Wise words of Jackass. Well, in the wise words of the song that is playing during most of Jackass. If you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough.
Yeah, true. Gonna do stupid shit.
Yeah.
You at least gotta be able to tolerate it.
Hell yeah. How far through are we?
Oh, like 70 hours, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've said something similar before.
I reckon that's probably enough for a school night.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're on a schedule, mate. We gotta,
On a school night, mate.
everyone's got to get tucked in. Brush our teeth. Fucking.
All right.
Yeah.
Any final words?
School night. The word of the day is school night.
All right, signing off. I love you guys. See ya.
I feel indifferently about us.
Yeah.
We're
Be
just
mates,
friends.
everyone. Enjoy. See ya.